of the tribe of Asher, Sethur the son of Michael; of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi the son of Voshsi; of the tribe of Gad, Guel the son of Machi. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. Moses called Oshea, the son of Nun, Jehoshua. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak. Few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not. And be of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of first stripe grapes. Okay, so Moses is sending some people from Israel into the land of Canaan. And these people are from the children of Israel, and then these are some of the tribes that he's sending them from. Okay, so he's telling them what to do, to spy out the land of Canaan. And he says he's telling them to go southward, up into the mountain. And then he's saying to see the land, the people that, what kind of people are living there, people that dwell in there. Okay, whether in tents or in strongholds, are they, it's their, are they living in places that are built of stones stacked on top of each other, rocks and strongholds? Is there, strength or are they in tents? Are they more likely to be able to be seized by an army? So where are they living? And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean. So it's a land that's, that's fertile soil. Are you able to grow crops there? What kind of things are growing there? Is the harvest a great harvest, or is it just very lean, very slim? Whether there be wood therein, so are there trees growing or not? Be of good courage and bring of the fruit of the land. So bring back some of what you see. Sending you in at the first stripe grapes. So this is where first ripe grapes are, is where the ripe grapes are going to be growing exactly at this time. So he's sending them in right at that time. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob, as men come to Hamath. And they descended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came into the brook of Eshcol, and cut down thence a branch, with one cluster of grapes, and they bare it between two upon a staff, and they brought of the pomegranates and the figs. So it took two big men on either side of this one cluster of grapes. It shows you how big and how much fruit was being born in that land by Hebron, the brook of Eshcol. They brought the pomegranates, so delicious. I don't know if you like those. I love them. And of the figs, also love figs. They're delicious. So the place was called Brook Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down. Can you imagine? Cluster of grapes. I mean, I can see a cluster of grapes like maybe this big or even this big, but not so big that two men have to carry it, on one long branch between them. Pretty extraordinary, isn't it? I'd say you're pretty impressed because you've probably never seen anything like that, and I've never seen anything like that. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told them and said, We came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in that land, in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. Moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea, and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We will not be able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which become the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. So we were in their sight. So then we'll move on to Numbers chapter 14. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. Do you hear such a bad report? One man's interpretation, let's go take it. Let's go take the land. Other men hearing a different report, a negative report of fear. So here's the response of the people. And the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept. They just brought back all this fruit. They said, surely it's the land of milk and honey. They said, here's the grapes. You can see the pomegranates. You can see the figs. You can see how great this land is. And one of their leaders, he said, surely, he stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him, those were the men, so we're not able to go up against the people, for they're stronger than we. So, in the congregation, this was the congregation's response. They listened to them. They didn't listen to Caleb. They said, the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured, complained against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, Would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return to Egypt? Stop. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about the 10 plagues of Egypt. I want you to think about the river, the Nile River that turned to blood. I want you to think about the grasshoppers. I want you to think about the plague upon the animals. I want you to think about the lice. And I want you to think about the firstborn, the death of the firstborn. I want you to think about all the hail and that turned to fire. I want you to think about all these things, these 10 plagues. And I want you to think about how that the Lord parted the Red Sea, a sea open they walked through on dry land. And I want you to think about how that the Lord provided them manna and bread every morning, and it was just raining bread and then raining quail, And then I want you to think about the greatness of God, who would bring water from a rock, deliver these people out from under their oppressors. And they prayed 400 years, and hear their response when they see the promised land. He's too big. He's too big. Okay, go on. Wherefore hath the Lord brought us out of this land to fall by the sword? Go to verse 4. And they said to one another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt. So they would rather be slaves. They would rather be slaves. Be slaves. They can't get back to Egypt. They can't even get back. There's a Red Sea. I mean, they can't even get back to Egypt. Not the way that the Lord brought them. They said, let us return to Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. They just ripped them. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we pass through to search it is an exceedingly good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it to us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all children of Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among them, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them. And I'll make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. I'll start all over. He's so disappointed after everything he's done, after all that he's revealed to them, all the signs, all the wonders, all the ways that he's delivered them, that they don't trust him. He said, after everything, I'll smite them down. I'll send a pestilence. I'll make a greater nation of them. I'll make a greater nation than everyone that you're looking at. He said, how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I showed among them? I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them. And I'll make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. What did Moses say? And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people and thy might from among them. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that the Lord art among his people, that the Lord art seen face to face. and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day, and a pillar of a cloud, and a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my God, Lord, be great according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is longsuffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt, even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him that hath followed me fully, him will I bring unto the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered among you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb and the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones, which he said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in this wilderness. And your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. Even the number of days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in this wilderness. They shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander before the Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And Moses said, wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Lord? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you. that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. But they presumed to go up until the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. And the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt on that hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Hormah. Numbers 15. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land of your habitations, which I give unto you, and I will make an offering by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, or a sacrifice in performing a vow, or in free will offering, or in your solemn feast, to make sweet savor unto the Lord of the herd of the flock. Then shall he that offereth his offering unto the Lord bring a meat offering of 1/10 deal of flour, mingled with 1/4 part of a hin of oil, and the 1/4 part of a hin of wine for a drink offering. Shalt thou prepare with the burnt offering or sacrifice for 1 lamb, or for a ram. Thou shalt prepare for a meat offering 2/10 deal of flour, mingled with 1/3 part of a hin of oil. And for a drink offering thou shalt offer 1/3 part of a hin of wine for a sweet savor unto the Lord. When thou preparest a bullock for a burnt offering, or for a sacrifice in performing vow or peace offerings unto the Lord, then thou shalt bring with a bullock a meat offering of 3/10 deals of flour, mingled with 1/2 a hin of oil. And thou shalt bring for a drink 1/2 a hin of wine, for an offering made by fire and a sweet savor unto the Lord. Thus shall it be done for 1 bullock, and for 1 ram, and for 1 lamb, and or a kid, according to the number that ye shall prepare, so ye shall do to every one according to their number. And that are born in the country shall do these things after this manner, in an offering made by fire, sweet savor unto the Lord. And if a stranger sojourn with you, and whosoever be among you in your generations will offer an offering made by fire, a sweet savor unto the Lord, as ye do, so he shall do. So that meant like all the people, every family have to do this, and then even their visitors have to do this. Now we have Jesus Christ was a sacrifice, so that's took the place of all sacrifices that the Lord required. And he was the sacrifice. We don't do that anymore. I'll read 2 more verses. 1 ordinance shall be shall be both for you of the congregation, and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you, an ordinance forever in your generations. As ye are, so shall the stranger be before the Lord. 1 law and 1 manner shall be for you, and for the stranger that sojourneth with you. So in other words, your customs have to be adopted by the strangers who are with you. So strangers come to stay with you, the strangers marry unto you, whoever the strangers are. If they are, worshipers of foreign gods, then they sacrifice to the Lord God. 1 law and 1 manner shall be for you, and for the stranger that sojourneth with you. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, Verse 18, When ye come into the land whither I bring you, then it shall be that when ye eat the bread of the land, ye shall offer up a heave offering unto the Lord. Ye shall offer up a cake, the first of your dough, for a heave offering, as ye do the heave offering of the threshing floor, so shall ye heave it. Of the first of your dough ye shall give to the Lord a heave offering in your generations. So even their bread that they make, they give a portion of that to the Lord first. It goes first. Even all the Lord hath commanded you by the hand of Moses from the day the Lord commanded Moses, and henceforth among your generations. Then it shall be, it ought be committed by ignorance, without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one bullock for a burnt offering, for sweet savor unto the Lord, and with his meat offering, and his drink offering, according to the manner, and one kid of the goats for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven them, for it is ignorance. And they shall bring their offering, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord, and their sin offering before the Lord, for their ignorance. And it shall be forgiven all the congregation of the children of Israel, and the stranger that sojourneth among them, seeing all the people were in ignorance. And if any soul sin through ignorance, then he shall bring a she-goat of the first year for a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for the... So this is all done. It's a sacrifice for the ignorance that was shown. All right. So if you sin in ignorance, this is what you bring. And he shall bring a she-goat of the first year for a sin offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth ignorantly. But when he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord, to make an atonement for him, it shall be forgotten him. Shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance, both for him that is born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth them. Last verse I'm going to read. But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord, and the soul shall be cut off from among his people. I'll read that again. So, but the soul that doeth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Does that make sense? So people who sin ignorantly have to sacrifice, but then those who sin in direct rebellion against the Lord, they sin and they do what they shouldn't do or ought not do. They do it presumptuously as rebellion against God. Like those people were cut off from the people of God, and they're just supposed to go. Does everyone hear that? So that was the rule, and that was the end of Numbers 15 and then verse 30, and that's where I'm stopping.